Hello and welcome to Carelia Isaacs. Hey guys, in today's class we are going to take a look at how to form negative sentences in French. Yes, we will take a look at the construction of negative sentences in French. So, buckle up and let's get today's wonderful class started. But as usual, before we get into the actual deal for today, let's first take a look at today's motivational quote. And for today's motivational quotes, we have: don't watch the clock, do what it does, keep going. This motivational quote is from Sam Levinson. I really hope you were motivated by today's motivational quote. Well, keep your girl motivated as well by simply hitting the subscribe button if you are new to this wonderful channel to help your girl reach her golden target, 10k subscribers. And please do not forget to hit the notification button as well. Just as I mentioned previously, in today's wonderful class, we will take a look at how to form negative sentences in French. There are so many ways to form negative sentences in French. But in this video, we are going to look at the standard way of forming a negative sentence in French. Just as you know, a sentence is the composition of a subject and its predicates. Well, this is equivalent to that of a negative sentence. The difference is the negative sentence is the composition of a subject and its predicate, which involves a negative element. There are varieties of negative elements in French, but the standard negative element used is ne pas. Anyway, when the verb begins with a vowel, you must eliminate the e in the name so that you would have an apostrophe. Ne pas is translated in English as do not or does not. Alright people, let's take a look at the formula to use when constructing a standard negative sentence. And the standard formula is subject plus ne plus verb plus pas and then plus the object. Let's take this again. Subject plus ne plus verb plus pas and then plus the objects. With this formula in mind, you can form as many negative sentences in French as you want. So please make sure you memorize this formula. Now let's discuss the components of the formula. And the first one we are going to be discussing is the subject. The subject refers to the doer or the performer of the action taking place in the negative sentence. The subject can be in the form of a noun or a pronoun. For example, the subject can exist in the noun form as l'élève, le garçon, or even Madame Stella, whilst the subject can also exist in the pronoun form as j'ai, il, or nous. Now, let's take a look at the verb. The verb is the action in the negative sentence. The conjugation of the verb must correspond with the subject of the negative sentence, and also the verb can exist in various forms, like in the present tense, future tense, or even in the past tense. Whatever tense the verb exists in, the conjugation must still correspond with the subjects. For this reason, you have to know how to conjugate verbs in French so that you can identify the tense in which the verb exists in the sentence. Don't worry if you do not know how to conjugate the verbs in French. Well, I have a very nice video just on that, and I'm going to leave the link to that video in the description box. Alright people, now let's discuss ne pas in the sentence. The component ne pas in the sentence acts as the negative element of the sentence. It is the negation device that makes the sentence a negative sentence. The verb is mostly placed in between ne and pas. And just as I mentioned, when the verb begins with a vowel, you must eliminate the E in the name and make it an apostrophe. Okay people, now let's take a look at the last component of the negative sentence, and this is the object. The object is the receiver of the action in the negative sentence. Anyway, it can exist in the various forms just as the subject. This means the object can also exist as a noun or a pronoun. Alright brainiacs, now that we know the various components of the negative sentence in French, let us take a look at some examples. In our examples, we would be converting a sentence to a negative sentence, or let us put it this way, we would change a positive sentence to a negative sentence. And our first example is je vais à l'école. Je vais à l'école. And this means I am going to school. I am going to school. In the negative sentence, we will fix the verb, which is vais, in between ne and pas, and then we would say je ne vais pas à l'école. Je ne vais pas à l'école. And this means I do not go to school. I do not go to school. Another example is mon père travaille à l'hôpital. Mon père travaille à l'hôpital. And this can be translated in English as my father works at the hospital. My father works at the hospital. To form a negative sentence out of this, you have to fix the verb in this sentence, which is travail, into ne pas. And then you have mon père ne travaille pas à l'hôpital. Mon père ne travaille pas à l'hôpital. And this means my father does not work at the hospital. My father does not work at the hospital. Alright brainiacs, let's take a look at the final example for today. And this is tu es malade. Tu es malade. And this means You are sick. You are sick. To form a negative sentence from this positive sentence, you have to fix the verb of this sentence, which is a, in between nipa. But since a begins with a vowel, you have to eliminate the e in the name. So you have tu n'es pas malade. Tu n'es pas malade. And this means you are not sick. You are not sick. Alright people, let's check out on our daily tasks. How was today's task? I hope it was very easy to you. Well, I would love to see your answers, so please make sure you write them in the comment section below. And if you want more of this, do check out on my YouTube community. Wait up, our deal is not done yet. You know you cannot form a negative sentence without knowing how to form a sentence in French. So, if you would love to learn how to form a sentence in French, then do check out on this video in the description box.